of Dallas are the incredible women who lead, serve, and inspire. Insight is a monthly video series dedicated to celebrating the voices and experiences of our members. Join us as we take an inside look at the stories that shape our league.
It's a fun organization. There's a lot of like-minded women who want to get work done, who want to make a difference. So you'll find your people. I think just be patient about it.
First question I have for you is, how would you describe a signature project?
I think Signature Projects for the Junior League is really an area where we shine, because what it does is it allows us to see a need in the community and put our volunteers and our leaders and our ideas behind it. So instead of the community coming to us and just asking for our volunteers to execute their vision, we really get to execute our own vision and see where that need is and see how we can maybe help improve it in the community.
I like that. Is this your first signature project?
Well, I've been on the Mayor's Back to School Fair for 3 years now. So previously I did a lot of work under like membership and community, but yes, this is my first signature project.
I've actually been on a signature project. I was on Kids in the Kitchen many moons ago when it was slightly different, and we actually volunteered at the Mayor's Back to School Fair.
Love it.
Like it was quite
Small
a while
world.
quite a while ago. So what made you want to be the Mayor's Back to School Fair chair?
You know, I've been in the league for several years and had a lot of opportunities throughout the league. So when this came up, it was kind of like a new and exciting adventure. So I was rolling off being on the board, and I am good friends with Lindsay Davis. So I was excited to serve under her leadership. She was our first chair for Mayor's Back to School Fair when we started this partnership with the mayor's office. So just getting on the committee, and then after being on it 2 years, decided I could give back a little bit more in that leadership role and chairing it this past year.
And what would you say you're hoping that the league, like not necessarily the league, but what our impact could be like? What are you hoping? Like, I know we just had Mayor's Back to School Fair chair, but what are you hoping our impact like is from like continuing this partnership and like growing it?
Yeah, so just even in the past 3 years, we have really revamped the volunteer experience, which in turn enhances the participant experience. So literally tens of thousands of people are coming on site to get ready for back to school, and we are just a small part of that. But when we train and equip, 500 volunteers to be out there, making sure the event actually runs and goes smoothly and everyone has a positive experience, it's pretty impactful.
I had a positive experience as a volunteer.
Well,
my favorite part was when the seniors came and I got to be like, "Ooh, please go get your signatures. You're gonna get a laptop." Like that was my favorite part, because I used to work in education at a Title I school, and so I was at an elementary school, but I was like getting really excited to see the seniors, and I'm like, yes, go get that laptop.
Yes.
So how do you see, since like the Mayor's Back to School Fair predominantly focuses on like education and equipping like students, how would you see the role of Junior League of Dallas like in education in the community?
Yeah, I think that we actually paint a pretty broad stroke. So if you think about where Mayor's Back to School Fair is practical, right? We're giving back supplies, we're getting them vaccines, haircuts, getting them ready for school. And then some of the softer things, like we touch through Boys and Girls Club or St. Philip's, where maybe there's a mentor or some social events, and thinking about Women Lead with our scholarship. So we kind of are with a student through the life cycle of their early education, and then even thinking about with GFIT. So giving back to the teachers who then, pour everything back into their classrooms and giving them that extra boost to kind of get creative with some projects in their classroom. So I would say that the Junior League touches a lot of different aspects of education, and I think that's something we do really well.
And so you said you've been in the league a long time. What would you say your proudest moment has been in the league, or like favorite thing that you have done serving in the Junior League?
Oh, I have lots of great Junior League memories. Some we can't say on camera, but no, I would say probably one of the hardest roles, but one of the most rewarding and one I'm really proud of is serving on Elizabeth Dacus's 99th board. So we were slated in the fall of 2019.
Oh, I was a project chair that year. Yes.
We were slated to start our year, officially June 1st, 2020. And as we all know, some things changed between November and June of that year. So we really had to be creative. Just as working with the board, like having virtual meetings and thinking about the member experience when so much was kind of up in the air and uncertain and, unprecedented, right, as everyone liked to say. But it truly was. Even though we are a well-established organization, we had to really think outside of the box and change some things that we had done the same for a long time. But I do think we came out better. I think it kind of pushed us to technology. It pushed us to think about that member experience in a different way. And I think it's just moved us forward.
And so I guess my final question is for someone who's like newer to the league, like the provisionals just had their first meeting, the SGAs have had their meetings. What would you say to someone who's like just joining the league and like, I don't know if this is for me, or like how they find their people, or like picking something that they'd like to volunteer in, whether it's in the community or like in league?
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing is to just stay involved, and it's maybe not going to be that first year that you find your people or you find that project that you just love and you want to stick with for multiple years. But that's kind of the beauty of the league, is that we do change every year. So stick it out for that first year and go a different path the next year if that's what leads you there. I also think that just show up. Whether that's, physically in person or online or at your placement, whatever it is, just being there and interacting with other members is really how you make those connections, and not being afraid to kind of raise your hand and say, hey, I can do that, or I've never done it, but I'm willing to try. That will get you really far in the league. And I think just using your skill sets, but being also cognizant of like, what skills do you want to grow? And just kind of reaching for it. We are a training organization at the end of the day, so there's going to be someone there to help you. The beauty of as many members as we have is you are not alone. And sometimes I know it might feel like you're doing a lot of the work, or you don't know which direction to go, but there is someone out there to help you. So I think just kind of being vocal in that way, and just hanging in there. It's a fun organization. There's a lot of like-minded women who want to get work done, who want to make a difference. So you'll find your people. I think just be patient about it.
Thanks for tuning in into the Junior League of Dallas Insight, featuring the stories that shape our league. Stay tuned as new episodes will be dropping monthly. See you soon.
I think you have to look at what values speak to you, what kind of pulls at your heartstrings. I think one of the great things with Junior League is we have a lot of ways to do that.